Hi guys. So in this lesson we are going to discuss the post-design QA and what to do when you receive feedback from the dev team. So when you finish your design, after you have all the client meetings, all the back and forth, the feedback, and so on, once the design gets approved for development, we go over a phase that is called post-design QA. In that phase, you will be in charge of reviewing the design, taking care that everything is in order, that everything is grouped, that the layers are named, that the auto layout and everything, the components and everything we discussed before is up to par, because the clients won't really focus on that. They will check that the design looks nice to them, or that it looks appealing, or that it has the right content and that kind of thing. But when it comes to the organization of your Figma, that's your responsibility completely. So this is like the right moment to check that everything is well organized, because your file won't be yours, just yours anymore. You're going to work with the dev team from now on. So we need to make the file appropriate for other teams to collaborate on it. So once you're done with the design, go over it, check that everything is correct in order, rename the layers, group things, and if you're doubting about whether to handle things in a certain way, like whether to group some background elements and others not, just make sure that you get in touch with the developer that would be in charge of coding the website that you're working on, so that you're both on the same page and you can have like a really transparent communication right from that stage onwards. So that would be like the post-design QA. Another part of this stage will be the one that the developers will do on your design. So they will go over it and they will tell you which things need to change in order to make their work a bit easier. Because when it comes to, for example, shadows, they need to export things without the shadows, because let me show you something. Let's say we want to export this container. I'm going to move my video up. And if I go to export and I want to go to the preview, you can see all these little dots around it. That's because of the shadows. And to make this work, they need to have like a clean cut of the element without anything else around it or any blank space. So that's why all images need to respect the constraints of the image, so as not to have, for example, let's say, if this is the image, we shouldn't have more of it like around here. It should be exactly according to the constraints of the rectangle that contains it. The same goes for this. So if you want to have these cards for the development team, okay, then when they go over the design, they will ask you to remove shadows, for example. So you will come here, you will say, okay, I need this to not to have the shadows in the background. So you will check, okay, here we have the image, we have this rectangle, this doesn't have a drop shadow, or it's hidden, and then we have this rectangle behind it. So this is the one that has the shade. So you will have to delete it, and this way they will be able to export the rectangle without the shadows behind it. It will make their lives a lot easier. So yeah, basically the dev team will go over the design. They will ask you to remove some things, or if, for example, you have some wavy lines like here and some problem with the layers and so on, they will need to also work with layers and to overlap them to make them look as the design in Figma. So keep in touch with them. Let them know that you're open to providing them with what they need. And maybe you can also create another tab in Figma if you have space that is called dev files or something like that, or dev requirements. And you can duplicate the entire board over there and change everything with the shadows, the groups, and all they need, so that you don't affect the view the client has of the project. And yeah, that's it.